Welcome back, everyone, to Ark News with little old me, Angelic Vixen. So you may have heard, but if not, we have the crash and burn news that Genesis has been delayed until February 25th. Yeah, so as you can imagine, there is a firestorm right now in the community. There are a ton of people who are incredibly upset because, again, like in wildcard fashion, delay. You know, they tell us December, they tell us January, now they tell us February. You know, I just don't know if 27 people testing out the beta is going to be enough. Maybe they should hire people to actually test out the beta that do not work for wildcard and, you know, put them under some sort of confidentiality agreement where, you know, they can come in and try to break the game. Give them the time that they need to fix all the stuff that an outsider might see. Someone who is not so involved in the Ark process that they can see everything in a different perspective. But as you guys can imagine, it doesn't really matter what wildcard does at this point. The community is feeling it. So CEDRIC has something to say, and let's go over that right now to see if that makes you feel any better. So he starts it with basically trying to diffuse the firestorm. So he starts it with #positive-vibes. And he says, isn't about ignoring the bad or not being critical of things. It's about having a positive outlook and vibrating that positive energy to those around you. He asks for you to share your criticism with him, but keep the vibes positive. And then he wants to remind everyone, 2020 is going to be great for Ark. And then he ends it with, and with that said, the main course is served. The dessert, Genesis, is on the way. A delay always sucks in the end. It will be the smartest move to make. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I have a feeling it will be worth #positive-vibes. So... Yeah, sorry, CEDRIC. Like, I like you. You're, you know, a nice guy and all, but that is some BS. I mean, it really is. And I mean, I understand. I would rather have a product come out that is better quality, but at this point, because of the history, we don't know what we're going to get. When we could sit here and say, yes, they're going to take the time they need to bring us a better product. But unfortunately, we do not have a history of that actually occurring. I'm not going to be pessimistic because I want to believe that it will get better. Actually, right here on the screen, I want you to focus on how beautiful this image is. They did present us with some amazing images to kind of give us a little teaser. It's kind of like a little bit of a sweet treat. It's like, look what we're going to be doing for you guys. Look how amazing this looks. And you know what? That is totally true. Look how freaking amazing this looks. Let's zoom in. This is a completely different Ark. I mean, look at how absolutely stunning this image is. Now, as you guys know, it's reality of life. Looks can be deceiving. They have presented us with stuff that looked absolutely stunning. We got in there and we were like, oh, this is not good. Kind of like Extinction. Extinction was like that for me. Aberration was absolutely freaking incredible. Like, everything they presented in Aberration was so fulfilling for me because it's like my favorite map. Extinction, not so much. It looked really amazing in the trailer and it looked really amazing in the images they were giving us. And then we got in there and it was definitely a letdown for the majority of us who became accustomed to the quality of the maps that they were starting to put out, like really challenging maps like Aberration. Extinction wasn't really like that. Actually, I found it to be rather disappointing. So I'm sitting on the fence with this. I'm like, I don't want to be negative and I don't want to be pessimistic. The image looks phenomenal. I mean, what do you guys think? I think it looks stunning. It's so different. But what I'm worried about is, you know, are we going to get a phenomenal product even with them postponing and moving it back 4 weeks? Is that enough time for them to bring us a product that is absolutely phenomenal without breaking the rest of the game? Because as you guys know, they drop a DLC and then something else goes haywire because of their coding. But one thing I can tell you for sure is they definitely have a more qualified crew, or the crew they have has so much experience now, they've changed for the better. Because there's definitely a lot of work that I've seen for the better. And we're going to go over that more in this video. So we'll take a minute here to zoom in on these other images so you can kind of like immerse yourself into the world of Genesis. This looks absolutely incredible. I mean, it is stunning, the things that they have shown to us, because it is so different and evolutionary in the way that they've changed. I mean, they really are visionaries in the gaming world. The product that they have brought to us, Ark, is one of a kind. It is the evolution of humanity. I mean, there's so much that goes into this concept, and that's why when people have discovered Ark, they become so enriched with it. They're so involved with it. It is so absolutely thrilling to play Ark because of the type of game that it is. But this is going to impact how people feel about Ark in the future. If Genesis comes out part 1 and it is not a good product and it definitely crashes the other parts of the game, that is going to make people very reluctant to trust them for part 2. So I feel like they are really trying to bring us a product of better quality so that they don't screw up the future of Ark, because the truth is, this is a phenomenal game. It is one of a kind. It is so unique, and that is why so many people love it and stick with Wildcard even though they constantly let us down. It is because the product that they are presenting to us is absolutely incredible. The creators of Ark are visionaries. They have taken the concepts of the past, the concepts of the now, and the concepts of the future and created a video game that lets you actually immerse yourself in it without it being like a VR experience. It still kind of is, and that's why people refer to Ark as life, because you evolve in your gameplay the way you would in a living experience, so you can relate to it. And that is why Wildcard, they're visionaries. They really are. They've created something that other people have tried to create, and majority of them fail. And that is what sets Ark apart from all the other games. So all I can do is hope that what we see here on the screen comes to be the best thing we've ever experienced in the game. What do you guys think? And of course, to continue trying to pacify the firestorm that is created by this delay with the Genesis release, they're trying to remind everyone of how amazing February will be anyway with the Valentine's Day event. Basically, that will enable them to give us a really amazing event versus not even getting an event possibly, because when Genesis was supposed to come out, of course, around this time frame, it would have impacted any events going forward. That actually wasn't very reassuring for me, because it's like, okay, you need to have clear designated teams. It sounds like you kind of do, but if you were going to actually have an issue with releasing the event because of Genesis, that is not very reassuring to me that your teams are very separated. That means your teams are working on multiple things. So that alone was definitely, kind of a red flag. I was like, you should not say things like that, because that doesn't feel good to people who think with very logical minds. And of course, Jesse and Jeremy trying to pacify the community, is trying to thank them for their support, and, basically not giving up on them. And I will agree with this, because I don't want the masses to just jump ship and leave Ark, because I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I am saying, let's give them a chance to prove it. Let's give somebody a chance to show us the change. They keep hyping it up. We've changed. We're doing all of this. We're, getting rid of meshing. We're blah, 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 blah. That's all I hear is a bunch of blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, I don't want to see you trying to pacify people. I don't want to see, it's going to be okay, positive vibes. I believe in positive vibes. That's how I live my life every single day. But action speaks louder than words. For me going forward, and I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this? I want them to prove it. I don't care about your nonsense. I don't care about the images. That is not dessert for me. Dessert for me is actual action. Prove to me you're not full of BS, because at this point, the community has been riding strong with this team for years. Like, we don't give up on them for years, and that does not happen in a lot of the gaming communities. So at this point, I am just tired of hearing their mouth. I mean, that is just the truth. I love them. I love the game, but I don't want to hear it anymore. I mean, a lot of us get to that point when you're just like, yeah, prove it. That's all I want. Prove to me you're going to bring us a product worthwhile. Because I know right now, a lot of people are sitting at the edge of that cliff going, you know what? If Genesis Part 1 is a total crap, I'm done. And you know what? I can totally understand. You're not wrong for feeling that way. But let's give them a chance. Let's see what they present to us. Let's see if they can live up to the hype that they've been giving us. And that alone will change everything for everybody. And of course, you know, to continue trying to pacify the community, they went into great detail about the anti-meshing efforts, and I really appreciated being able to see kind of what they look at. I have definitely wanted to see what kind of reports that they keep mentioning that they're doing, because they keep dangling that carrot going, hey, we've got reports now, we can see exactly what's going on. But they had never shown us any evidence of that. So again, we were all sitting there like, is this true? I mean, it is pretty clear something is happening in the background, but what is it? And I really appreciate the fact that they have given us this information. I made sure that it's here on the screen if you want to go into detail about it. I mean, we've gone over this over and over and over, and I'm not going to sit here and drag this video out to, you know, read it all to you. But what do you think? Do you feel, if you play unofficial, that this has made a difference in your gameplay? Because overall, I want to see if it's actually working. You know, I've been talking to a lot of people who play official, and up until this point, certain things have definitely not been fixed. And I'm just real curious to see what your experiences are in the community, because your voices matter, because you're dealing with this. And the things that have been, you know, not fixed for years have definitely affected you. So what do you think about all of this information that they've shared with the community? So for us, we're just happy that Wildcard has, you know, taken the time to hopefully put out a better product. They're giving themselves an additional 4 weeks to, you know, fix it. I can see that they're putting in a lot of hours to try to make Genesis a good quality product. Do I know if it's going to happen? Absolutely not. I have no idea at this point. I'm not even going to try to speculate. All I can do is send them positivity, hope that they're actually being sincere, because I don't believe they want to hurt anyone. They just have made major mistakes as they've gone through this, and I'm hoping that they've learned from those mistakes, and going forward, everything gets better. For me, I mean, I have a lot of work to do in the, you know, background, behind the scenes. I am constantly trying to like improve my editing skills. So when we start doing tutorials again, going forward for Genesis, they're going to be top notch, very good quality. And that is ultimately what I'm working on in the background. But one thing that I definitely want to share with you before we get, you know, through this video is please make sure you're supporting your Ark YouTubers. This situation is actually affecting a lot of the Ark YouTubers in a negative way. They have no new content. They have nothing really new to bring you. They're kind of doing the same things over and over again. And then some of the Ark YouTubers jumped ship and actually went to other games because they just don't have any current content that might actually be interesting. So I'm just asking, as, you know, a general concern for everyone else. I want to see everybody succeed. It's not about who's better than who does this full time, who doesn't. I mean, we do this as a hobby because we love the game and we love our community, but we also love our family, which is the Ark community. And for me, I want to stand strong for everybody. There are some fabulous and amazing Ark YouTubers out there that are really struggling, and this is their full-time job. So if you subscribe to those channels, be sure to show them some love and support, because man, they've got another 4 weeks of trying to keep their channel going without any new fresh content. But I love you guys. Thank you so very much for making all this possible. You guys are like such an amazing group of people, and every single one of you means so much to us. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I love you guys. And until next time, you know what it is. Keep surviving.